Well, good morning. It's the 3rd of May, 2023. It is Wednesday, so we've done our due diligence and did our reports and stuff that had to be done. Get ready to go outside, and it is still raining. So it's working great for the power dam. We have we're running about 765 kilowatts right now, so we're running pretty close to maximum. Yesterday I cleaned the racks, and we actually hit 800 yesterday. So briefly, it's just usually right after you clean the rack you can get it to do at 800, but that's about it. We're set up to run 850 or licensed to run 850, and we just cannot. You can't do it. The turbines are rated for that, but age and the whatnots kind of limit that and what we can do and how we can get there. So we're looking at the tail race this morning, and it's running pretty hard. We got the rapids are running heavily. The water level's way up. In the last few days, or since Sunday basically, or Saturday night, we've had about 3 inches of rain. So things are a little damp. Things are wet. There's water laying where it usually lays when the heavy rain goes, and so on and so forth. We we've already got the chickens out. Everybody's happy. Everybody's doing their thing. I thought we lost the young rooster. He's here. Last night we put chickens away. We had 9. Be quiet. And then we got here this morning. Opened the door, started putting the food in the dish, and one comes wandering up. So now we're back up to 10, and we haven't lost anybody. We just don't know where they went. I kind of suspect the one's going underneath the little coop and hanging out. Likes to roost up on the axis, so. And, as long as she's safe, that's a fine spot. You can see the water's running pretty heavy. We're going to walk up that way. I got my reports done. We're making good power. Production's way up. And usually March, April, May are our big months anyways, but I think this year has been kind of more so. We've made more power this year so far than I believe we have in the past. There's a chicken bone. A bone of a chicken. That's interesting. Could be, we do bring down leftover chicken, baked chicken. That looks like a baked bone, so that could possibly be. Get down here a little bit closer to the edge where we can see something. You can get a look at the river this morning. It's running pretty good. That's for definitely sure. We'll walk up to the to the lower falls here. I had somebody ask me the other day about coming down and walking through the area and looking at the river from this side, and that's absolutely okay. We allow anybody to come down. We just ask that you stay off of the concrete. Anything in concrete structure, stay away from. Example, the dam, the intake structure itself. But you're more than welcome to come down and walk the river. If you want to fish it, that's fine. If you want to kayak it for some strange reason, you could do that. We do not limit access to the river at all. Leave the chickens alone. So we asked that if you're coming in, park up on top of the hill. It's running pretty good. So it's not a slow day, that is for sure. I don't want to get down to the rocks because they are wet. But I can show you this way, this direction here. If you turn your route here nice and slow, but if you look up that way, you can see the water running around the little peninsula or island that's there. That actually, the dam is on both sides of that, so usually heavy flows, we get water running out there. It's kind of confusing when you're looking at it because you've got a little spot of where the water's running down here and a whole lot more water up on the other side. So what it does is make the 90-degree turn that comes in, whatever skims across comes down here. So it makes a sharp bend and into a deep crevice there, and it narrows. So whatever water can get over the top, skim off the top of that, comes right down there. About tired of the rain. I need to spend some quality time here picking up brush and getting into a pile because on the 14th is when the burn ban gets lifted, and if it stops raining, it'll be a good thing. And then we can get a burn permit from the DEC and burn some of this brush. Mostly this right in here is what I'm concerned with. I need to get rid of this. So if I can get a burn pile there, nothing there is going to really affect anything. Even if it took off, it's just going to burn the hill. And we don't care about that. Again, we just took a forestry quick class. Did some training with the forestry guys. Forest fire, the rangers, basically. And we're taught the new techniques for fighting wildland fires, and that's one of the things that we deal with here is wildland fires. We're taught as firefighters, drilled into our heads. You run in, you get the wet stuff on the red stuff. But that's not true with forest fires. With forest fires, you flank the fire, you come around, you create a fire break, and you control the uh, you control the movement of the fire, or the forward advancement of the fire, and what's inside burns. It's a natural. Fire's a natural thing for forests. Actually, it's very helpful for the forest to rejuvenate because it's a natural process. So it took a little bit of thinking on our part to, because what do we do? Well, that tree's on fire. Let's go put the tree out. Well, you can concentrate on the tree all day long, but if the ground fire keeps creeping away, you got to get the ground fire out. So that's really what we look for. That's what they're training us for. Of course, when we have a ground fire and we get called out for a ground fire or a forest fire or whatever they call us for, we automatically call the DEC because that becomes their jurisdiction. If it's on state land or on even if it's on private land, it is the jurisdiction of the rangers. That's because that's what they do. They fight forest fires, and we work with them. They don't need to. You generally one ranger will show up if we've got 10 acres and it's under control, or 5 acres even and it's under control. One ranger will show up just for their recording of the fire, and he depending on where he's at, it could take him an hour to get here. So they don't seem to ever get really excited about forest fires. So, unless it's like up on top of Snowy Mountain, which is about 3,500 feet, they get a little excited over that one. They don't want to have to run up there because there's no way to get water to it, and it's all handwork. So that would require multiple departments, multiple personnel. I'm not going to walk up the mountain. I don't believe I can. So, or I'll be a casualty. So those days are gone. But anyhow, so I will be the guy that stands down there with the clipboard, writes everybody's name down that goes in and comes out. So, and we have to have people like that. You got to. I'll run a truck back and forth to get them as much water as they want, because we have to have those people too. So it's the young guys that the guys that are in their 20s and 30s. They're the guys that are going up the mountain. I'll stand back and watch. I'll say good luck, be safe as they storm off. And generally we have a lot of that in our we're not a lot of forest fires, but we have a lot of wilderness area. We are the second largest or third largest county in the state of New York, by area wise, and the least populated county east of the Mississippi in the entire United States. So our county at one time was 5,000, and I think we've decreased dramatically from there. I would not be surprised if we were right around 4,700 now, because the trend has been people moving. Because basically we don't get services up here. There things that just don't happen here. People move, young families move out where they can go make a living, and especially if your husband and wife are both working and your rent is $1,000 a month or $1,500 a month here, and you are both working and it is still, you're not bringing in $1,000 a week, or maybe you're bringing home 1,100 between the two of you. Then you pay your rent, your car payment, your insurance, your utilities, your heat. You don't have any, and then try to buy food. You're struggling. So, most of them are realizing and have realized that they can go even an hour south of here and make more money and generate a more comfortable living. So what's happening is the people are leaving the area, and when those people leave, the people that either renting the homes or selling the homes or whatever they're doing are taking that piece of property, turning it into an Airbnb. Which, I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. You make a lot of money doing Airbnbs. The problem is, even in our little rural speculator community, every home in the last, I'm going to say in the last year, that has been sold in the community has been sold as an Airbnb. And that doesn't help. It helps if people are spending $200,000, $300,000 on buying a house. They're turning it into an Airbnb. Yes, they pay their school taxes. Yes, they pay the fire tax. Yes, there are people that come up and spend time in those places, but they're not getting on a school board. They're not putting their children in the school. They're not participating in the fire department or the ambulance. They're not volunteering for other services. They're not participating in the churches. And so all of those other things dwindle and go away. They're not coming up here to take a position or look at a job. So, there's abundance of jobs. The problem is it's still low pay, because people go, well, there's nothing here, blah blah blah, and that's just what they do. I can't tell you how many times I've heard when I handed somebody their bill, they look at it and say, "What? But this is speculator." That is true. This area is basically known as speculator. It is still in the state of New York. The taxes are the same, whether you're in speculator or Albany. Housing still costs basically the same as speculator as it does in Albany. And the price of milk actually is more in speculator. The price of goods are more in speculator because we're more remote, so it takes more expense to ship them to us. So there's a added cost on that. And it's not like we've got a Home Depot, Walmart, and a Lowe's right down the street. So added distance equals added costs, and added costs means higher bills. So we are fortunate that we do have a few construction companies that actually do more than construction. They offer services, roof shoveling in the wintertime. Keep your camps clean because roofs collapse quickly. They plow driveways. They deliver sand to your beach. So they do a little bit of everything just to continue to make it. And they're shorthanded because of the Airbnbs. It's hard to convince people that the Airbnb is a good and a bad thing, because most people stand back and say, well, it's a bad thing or it's a good thing. but it is both. Anyways, I'm not gonna. You know what? I don't want to dwell on that because a lot of people have different opinions than I do. But I think they're a bonus. We're not a tourism industry unless we have tourism. So, and people, there's not hotel rooms. One of the little hotels closed up. We haven't built any hotels in the area in 50 years. So you can't tell me that we're a tourism industry when in what you call the main tourism village Speculator, there are 20 hotel rooms to rent. Anyhow, enough of that. We're gonna sign off here. Today was supposed to be a day that I would spend the last day of grand jury duty, and fortunately for me, it's been canceled. So I don't have anything planned for today. Tomorrow I've got a couple openings. That's about it. I've got to look for a circulator that I need out to Pasico, so I'll do that. I'll probably get one ordered for that. I thought I had an extra one, but not to look. Anyways, that's where we're at. That's what we have for today. You guys have a great day. Take care of yourselves, those around you. And by the way, happy anniversary to Dean and Deb. Condolences to Deb. She's had Dean for 47 years now, so we're with you. We're thinking about you. Anyways, Juanita says the same thing all the time. I don't get it. All right, we'll talk to you later. Have a good day.